Hey guys, and welcome to Pheas Airsoft, where today I'm going to show you how to install this Perun Clicker into this double bell XM177. Okay, welcome back. If you do enjoy this content today, please do consider liking, commenting and subscribing, because those interactions help me get seen by the YouTube algorithms, helps the channel grow. If you want to support the channel a little bit more, link down below will take you to all of my socials, including my Discord. Give me a like and a follow and stop by and say hello. If you want to support the channel at the highest possible level, there is a join button down below. Probably won't appear on Apple devices. That will take you to channel memberships on YouTube. It's 99p a month or equivalent in your country. Totally optional, massively appreciated. You get custom videos, you get bloopers, you get your own giveaways, your own private chat section in my Discord as well. So we've got the Perun V2 clicker then to work with the V2 hybrid. Massive thanks again to Perun for sending this to me to try out, and I'm really excited to get this. So I've got here in front of me then the double bell 091 XM177E2, and I've already installed the Perun itself, the hybrid V2, so that's in there ready and raring to go. So all we need to do is we need to get the rest of this put together. So just move those out of the way. So what we've got then is, traditionally with the hybrid, what you do is you screw on this magnet holder onto the top of your trigger. So when you pull in the trigger, it detects the magnet moving and fires. What this does to install this is we need to fully remove the physical cutoff there. That has to go completely, because this system is going to sit and replace that. Now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to get these other gears back in place first, and we're going to get this all ready to go back together so we can see what happens. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to put the spring on the trigger then. So typical spring on the trigger, and I'm going to drop that back into its position. Now obviously usually by now this would have the little magnet holder on top, which would be there to there we go, which will be there obviously to tell the Perun that we've pulled the trigger. What we're going to do instead is we're going to just drop this onto the top, and we're going to use this here. This circle here is going to drop into this point here, and that's the anchor point, and it's literally just going to sit like that. I'm just going to manipulate that in a little bit. There we go. So it just, as simple as that, just dropped in on top of the trigger. Now when I put the shell back on, just be warned that there will be additional pressure needed. That's perfectly normal. This has to be as tight and compressed as possible in here. So I'm just going to bring the upper shell back in. I've just cleaned some of the grease out that I don't want to get on the Perun itself, on the hybrid. So I'm just going to go from the front there. I'm just going to drop that in, and I can see that the anti-reversal latch is out of position. Now the trigger's in place. It is going to need, there is a tiny little gap, that's perfectly normal, and I just need to make sure that the rest of the gearbox is fine, and I'm going to compress that down. I need it to be as solid as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the screws back in around the shell, and then we're going to see what it looks like and clicks like. Okay, so the screws are all back in now. Obviously the selector is just normal selector. So now, oh yeah. So there is a little bit of free travel, a little bit of pre-travel, as you would expect, and then as you hit the resistance, and then you've got to really click. That's really quite satisfying. You get that jump, that click. I really like that. Wow, that's really nice. So at this point then, I'm just going to finish reassembling the rest of the XM, and then we're going to try it with the battery in and see how it feels with the battery in. So I've got this back together now. I thought I was having issues with it and didn't think it was working. Tried all sorts of things. It turns out I just didn't read the instructions properly. So key thing here is before you can use it, you must attach a battery. You must enter programming mode for semi and then for auto. You need to go to the trigger sensitivity setting. You must set it to 5. So when you're in that menu, it's best to do it like this. And I looked down the mag while you can see the light blinking inside. You set it semi. You flick to auto and back twice quickly, and then it'll enter programming mode. You flick the selector to go down each two of these things. You can get until you get the trigger sensitivity, purple and white. I think there's a beep with it as well. At that point, you're going to pull the trigger until you need to give it a good pull. You want it to get it to 5 beeps. So that's setting 5 basically for the trigger sensitivity. At that point, then you flick the selector again until you get to the exit and it saves it. You need to do the same for auto. Put it to auto, leave it there for a second, and then flick it quickly and backwards and forwards. Again, repeat the exact same process. If the trigger setting is not set at 5, it is not going to register your trigger pulls and you think something's going to be wrong. So keep that in mind. You must set the trigger sensitivity to 5 for semi and auto to get the clicker to work properly. But now that it's in, you've got a little bit of pre-travel, perfectly normal, but then you've got the resistance and pull. That, I'm not going to lie, is extremely satisfying. So I hope this has helped you. I'm going to flip back now and finish up my unboxing sort of review of this product.